Come on, let's go on to Cruise Maritime right now. And this, if you don't like the idea of one of the big ships, the modern ships, this is a classic ocean liner. I think it's about 800 passengers on here.
Yeah, it is a much smaller experience. This is cruising in a very different way. You're looking at an old ocean liner, you're looking at a very pared back experience where the focus is on service, is on a smaller ship that can get into more destinations, and is on having, you know, a wonderful experience that's built up by the people on board, by the friendly crew, and by the passengers and friends you're going to make, because cruising is very social. Cruise Maritime basically been around since 2010, and they are openly appeal for a more mature audience. It's adult only, and this is a great opportunity for you to go and to meet like-minded people. Sterling is the onboard currency, so it's very, very familiar. It is a British cruise company with British-style entertainment. You're going to get West End-style shows in the evening, kind of review shows, and guest UK comics coming on board as well. And you've got a real old-world charm brought to life on board. It's a child-free ship, as we mentioned before. What I love about Cruise Maritime is there's a lack of pressure for onboard revenue. So sometimes you'll go on cruise lines and there's a push to sell, buy other things. But with this, there isn't. It's very, very laid back. You know, the photographers might be there, but the photographer's not going to hassle you if you want a photo. You know, they're going to say, you know, if you'd like to have a photo. But if not, do your own thing. Very, very friendly crew. Because it's a small company, you're going to bump into the same faces. So it's very much a family atmosphere on board as well. And again, a very traditional British experience, without pretense, without flash, without gimmicks, focused just on the service and on enjoying the actual cruising experience.
It is so affordable, and in fact that price only dropped again today. It was going down to $6.79. It's now $4.99. That's better than half price. Now there is an Easter special available. And it gets around the British Isles, which is fabulous. There are some special cruises too. If you look out for the one on the 29th of August, you've got Garden and Wildlife Cruise, and you've actually got TV shows going to be on board, and some of the presenters will be there from Really Wild Show, Country File, Autumn Watch. These shows are going to be on board. How cool will that be? So you actually get to meet some of the celebrities from those shows. Itineraries do differ slightly, so just look at the ones that you're going for. But what a brilliant opportunity. From £66 per person per night, you're onto a complete and utter winner. Your savings there are around £650, and you're only spending 499 quid. And again, one of the things I love about that particular line, well, the Marco Polo for me is a favourite ship, and you know, it's a classic. It's an old liner. It's just extraordinary. Take the opportunity to go.
It is. Again, if the idea of cruising for you is based around just having a lovely meal, meeting nice friends, sitting there, soaking up the experience, and being served at such a high level, and watching the world go past, letting all your stress and your worries float away, then this is the one for you, definitely.
Now, we've talked about Southampton to Southampton. Right now we're going to do a cruise that's Tilbury to Tilbury, so literally out of the Thames.
Yeah, it is, and a relaxing day at sea at first to enjoy that lovely ship, and then your first port of call is right up the north of Scotland in the Orkney Isles. It's Kirkwall, and this is washed by the furthest reach of the Gulf Stream. It's a chain of over 70 islands, very dramatic landscape, big sea cliffs rearing at over 1,000 foot, or these beautiful sweeping white sand beaches. It's a bird lover's paradise, multitudes of seabirds, and some of the best. These are the rings of Brodor, and it's really great if you like prehistoric sites. Really, some of the biggest concentration of prehistoric sites in the whole of Europe. And also, you have one of the best single malts in the world produced here at the Highland Park Distillery. I recommend us going and sitting there, a bit of tranquility, and
getting a taxi home.
That's it, taxi home, taxi back to the ship, and then let the ship taxi you back to the next port. And then your next port, of course, is Stornoway. This is on the island of Lewis in the Outer Hebrides, and again, this is where Harris tweed comes from. So the best place for you to get yourself maybe a Harris tweed suit.
Yeah.
It's also, again, home to a lot of beautiful prehistoric sites. Again, more beautiful whiskey, if you'd like. I mean, this could be a whiskey tour if you wanted it to be. I personally, for me, it's all about just going and enjoying the bustling harbour, sitting there, enjoying some of the Harris tweeds, some of the handcrafted goods, and watching the world go past. Next, you're going over to Mull. Mull's probably my favourite island round here. It's one of the biggest of the islands in what they call the Inner Hebrides. Tobermory is the port, and it's very, very beautiful. You see lots of fishing boats bobbing in the harbour area, these brightly coloured houses, and it's your chance to go through to neighbouring Iona, which is the birthplace of Christianity in the UK. And in fact, I got thrown off. I managed to camp there one night and I got thrown off by the farmer. But it's beautiful. It's black sand beaches, really, really beautiful little island, Iona. great chance to go and see. Then you're going through to Dublin. This is Ireland now, Republic of Ireland, an incredible place where you can go and see the black stuff and where it originates from. And I'm referring to Guinness, beautiful stuff you can drink. And you've got so many different things you can do. You can go through to the goal there, you can go and see the wonderful countryside outside. For me, it's all about going to Trinity College, seeing the Book of Kells, going through and seeing Dublin Castle as well, one of the oldest surviving castles in Ireland, dating back to the 13th century. Great place to enjoy. Then we're going through to the Scilly Isles. Now, this is quite rare. They just sit off the coast of Cornwall. Very rare chance to go and see them. And they're beautiful. Most of them are uninhabited. White sand beaches, tranquil waters, stunning, stunning seascapes. And you're going to go through to Hugh, which is considered the capital of the islands. And again, this is great to go and see birds. Lots of birds. And I'm talking about the fluffy ones that fly around. Then we're going through to St. Peter's Port in Guernsey. And Guernsey, again, is beautiful. This is one of the prettiest ports. It's only 8 miles off the coast of France. What I love about this is you've got a great chance to go and see Victor Hugo's house. He was in exile here from Paris for several years. Halterville House, that's worth doing. And also go and do a tour of all the German forts. This was the only place in the UK to be occupied by the Germans during World War II. A lot of people don't know that, so you can go and see all the different forts that dot the island and do it on the buses. It's £1 to take you all the way around. And there's only 2 buses. One goes one way, one goes the other, so you can't get lost. Then apart from that, you then go to Honfleur, over to France. And of course, Honfleur inspired so many different artists, and you'll see why. It's a beautiful little medieval wall town, gorgeous.
And as you are going around the United Kingdom, you might be thinking, you know, oh, I never know what clothes to take because it can be cold. Well, the great thing is it's Tilbury to Tilbury. It's out on the Thames, so you can take as much luggage as you want. You haven't got to worry about flying anywhere. And again, bear in mind, this is a great classic liner. It's an ocean-going ship, only 800 passengers on board. You've got those classic teak decks on there. I think you'll absolutely love it. And of course, it's better than half price. That price just dropped today. It was going to be $6.59. We've got it down to $4.99. So it really is massive savings that we're looking at on there. And don't forget, you have got the opportunity to enjoy that cruise with a really wild show, Countryfile and Autumn Watch on. And if you're thinking of going on the August departure, you can actually get that for a deposit only.
Adult only as well. Remember that. This is an adult only cruise, which is a great opportunity for people.
If you're looking for a little bit of peace and quiet, then that could certainly be the one for you to go for. Let's just remind you of the amazing saving on that cruise, though. Phenomenal opportunity. And again, that's Cruise Maritime. Don't forget, you've got item numbers for each of these. Now, the ID number for this one is 75653. 75653. 9 nights for £500. Brilliant, brilliant opportunity. By the way, if you're saying, how do I get hold of them? Their number is there at the bottom of the screen, 0800 781 5458, or you can always go to the website. And if you've got any questions that we don't answer, because obviously Keith's got a very short amount of time to share an entire cruise with you, 9 nights in about 6 minutes, then just call the team. Any questions, think, oh, can I fly from here? Can I go from there? How do I get here? Transfers included. Call the team and just ask those questions.
Absolutely, please do that. And again, you can get in touch with me on Twitter as well, at Beefy Keefy. One of the big things that's coming up, Paul, is we're going to be on Britannia. As you know, it's literally just crossing cows at the moment. It's coming in. So that's a really big thing, and I'm going to be on there filming on Monday and at the ceremony on Tuesday. So again, if you follow us on Twitter, at Beefy Keefy, you'll be able to get loads of updates about that beautiful new ship for P&O.